What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. It gets more interesting every single day as I'm looking through Reddit. You find more and more interesting posts. This one was a few days out. I actually messaged myself to remind me to do another video on this. It's just every day it gets pretty interesting with a lot more people contributing to Reddit and especially the cybersecurity career or cybersecurity forums or, message boards. So I just wanted to share this one with you. I mean, this is nothing new. We've known about this one. And I say we, it's like I've done videos in the past saying that, entry levels are not really entry level. And I'm not gonna beat a dead horse with that. What my point is that, more newcomers to the scene, meaning people who are recent grads or just getting into the field for the first time, are experiencing and seeing this for themselves, firsthand, that entry level cyber roles must defeat a fight dragon, have 5 certs and 3 years of experience, and but yet they still call it entry level. So here, this individual applied to a junior SOC job, and the description wanted sim wizardry, the threat hunting experience, and a CISSP. Bro, I just got out of school. Uh, is that normal, or are these job posts just written by HR bots? High on buzzwords. Anyone actually get hired for these? Yeah, it's a tough one. Like many times over, I've said that before. And I just went through the whole list of comments, and some of them were pretty interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, job postings are not done by, for the most part, not done by the individual who are actually hiring or interviewing. Yes, they're done by HR because that's their domain. That's their role of putting together the job description and then putting it out into the wild so people can apply, and then they start doing the filtering. Now, usually, and I say usually because I've done this before myself, is HR would consult with you to say, hey, this is, we're trying to fill this role. I know you have this open rec. What are you looking for? What do you want? Right. And sometimes, you would spew out a couple of things that you want maybe for entry level or intermediate, right? Not so much just the entry level. Like, you can probably want to, as a hiring manager, get your hands on what you can for the equivalent amount of dollars as far as salary requirements. Let's just say hypothetically there was a job posting for $80,000 or 75,000. Let's just 80,000. We'll round it off to 80,000, right? You can get a whole bunch of junior guys or no experience applying for this because you would say junior level. But at the same time, in your mind, you're thinking like 80 grand, I could probably get by with hiring and, someone that has a year or two of experience and maybe a couple of certs under their belt without, compromising or downgrading to a no experienced person with no certification, right? So if you were the hiring manager, who would you choose, right? You would, if you had $80,000 on the table, right, and a whole bunch of these people applied to your position, one candidate could have just straight out of college with no work experience whatsoever, and another candidate seeing your offer of $80,000 a lot more attractive than what they actually are working in now, or had some experience going on, and they may actually apply to that position because it's more in compensation, and two, it's into a role that they're probably looking to do, right? Maybe they're transitioning from a service help desk role or endpoint, whatever. And that's where that mindset comes in, right? So, of course, any hiring manager would probably take the person that actually has a few years of experience, whether it's cyber related or not, and then having to minimize the amount of training wheels that it has to provide for this individual because they have experience, meaning they've worked for an organization, large or small. They know how to at least navigate around certain things without having to be handheld, meaning you don't have to hold their hands to walk them through every little step of the way, which you would have to do for someone who's never been in the industry and never had a work experience and never even had one certification. Now, but the certification part is probably not so rare anymore. It's pretty common nowadays for people who don't have experience have tons of certifications under their belt, because every vendor, every company, every cybersecurity related field has a certification that's either free or you can get for free or at a minimal cost, right? A couple that's popping into my mind is like, they may come over with a ISC Square CC certification or Google cybersecurity certification. A lot of those are free, quote unquote free, but not really free because you got to still pay some type of membership. I know for ISC Square you do. I don't know about Google, but I'm sure there are tons of others out there that are similar because they just want you to get a feel and get into the industry and kind of build a reputation. These vendors are trying to build a reputation by offering you free courses, right? And then you kind of boast that on your resume. But point is, a lot of these junior individuals are seeing this for themselves. So that's where they're learning firsthand that these are topics that has been talked about, right? There's plenty of people who are saying or have been saying that, yeah, like, how the hell is this a junior position, entry level position, if you're asking for all these things, to defeat a fire dragon? Well, to be all honest, it's not as clear cut in a lot of these organizations when they post up these positions, because they're trying to see what they can get the best value for. And that is mainly, and I'm telling you out of my own experience, is the same reason why they would post it this way, because it's a little interesting, because they offer you entry level salary, but at a not entry level experience level. You know what I mean? Like, not an entry level experienced individual. Your skill set is probably very desirable, right? If you have 3 years of experience, 2 to 3 years of experience, is like, oh, that's awesome. I don't need to train you, right? You have an idea what the hell you're supposed to be doing. But the way I see it for my organization and what I've been posting is that it's an entry level job. So basically, you're going to get entry level pay for whatever experience you're bringing onto the table. And that, my friend, is how the system works. So just wanted to share that with you. If this individual is watching or have been doing a YouTube search and cybersecurity job entry level, but need years of experience, and that's pretty much the reason why, right? Where organizations are trying to get the best value for the dollar. So entry level salary, but an experienced individual. All right. End of story. And that's what I'm running with. That's my final answer, guys. All right. Thank you for being here and subscribing to the channel. And I appreciate all of you. Please expect more videos like this coming in the near future. And I'll see you guys again really soon. Take care.